We don't often put ourselves or our work out on display, but we are the people who take care of collections at VCU libraries, and we would like to give you a tour of some of the things we are working on in collections care. We are a small but mighty team that continues to grow and find valuable partnerships across the library and beyond. We hope to shed light on just some of the behind-the-scenes work that goes on at the libraries to keep things running smoothly.
The Collections Care team is responsible for assisting in the systematic short-term and long-term care of select circulating and special collections in a variety of formats. We do this to ensure their accessibility for present and future use. We try our very best to make sure that our collections are stored in safe environments as a whole and repair damaged materials on an item-by-item basis.
Items that need repair or enclosures come to us from the Collections, Discovery and Budget Division, the Health Sciences Library, Information Services and Learning Spaces, Resource Sharing and Delivery, and Special Collections and Archives. A collections care technician then processes them through ALMA and gives each item a treatment detail slip. They are then evaluated by the collections care librarian, who decides what repairs are needed, if the book should go to the bindery, or if it needs to be withdrawn. Items that are too far gone are sent to the bindery to be rebound, along with serials that we receive from the Electronic and Continuing Resources Department. Once returned, they are processed back into the general collection.
The collections care technicians are trained by the collections care librarian in extensive apprentice-style training that can take years. The technicians then repair the books based on what the treatment slip indicates. Some of the most common repairs are rebacks, recases, spine repairs, paper mending, enclosures, pamphlets, consolidating corners, erasing pencil, calibri, tape removal, double fan adhesives, and much more. If you ever want to learn more details about these repairs or see a demonstration, we welcome visitors.
Training technicians to repair books is a very up-close and meticulous process, which made keeping distance from one another a challenge during the pandemic. We solved this by using a flexible desk camera mount with 2 cameras for overhead and detailed POV shots, viewed through OBS Studio, which is a free and open-source streaming and recording program. This allows us to make tutorial videos, offer remote workshops, and train technicians through Zoom.
We also receive moldy items and treat those as best as we can when they are discovered in the stacks or returned to the library. Moldy items that we plan to keep are isolated and housed in the freezer in the collections quarantine room. The freezer prevents mold from growing while treatment options are sorted or withdrawal decisions are made by collections librarians. Almost all moldy items from our circulating collections are withdrawn since they pose a great risk to the rest of the collections and it is more cost-effective to replace than to remediate. We keep a lookout for potential mold when the relative humidity gets too high in our stacks, items are returned with water damage, and after any leaks, since water and humidity are main offenders and the sooner it is identified, the better.
Collections Care works to mitigate risks that may harm our collections. It is important that we have plans in place in the event of a disaster or other emergency, big or small. We work with the Emergency Planning Committee, Library Administration, Safety and Risk Management, and facilities to respond to emergencies. There is documentation available to all staff via the staff intranet under FYI. We also look after the environments our items are stored in through data loggers placed strategically throughout our collections. Whenever water leaks create issues in Cabell Library, the Health Sciences Library, or 500 AC storage, we respond with water snakes, plastic sheeting, buckets, dehumidifiers, and whatever other equipment is needed for the specific disaster. This is a collaborative effort. We work with the staff affected and facilities to protect the items and spaces.
Collections care cannot be successfully carried out by 1 or 2 people in a silo. We rely on library staff being open and inclusive to collaboration, especially when we know that taking the time and effort to care for our collections can, sometimes, feel like an inconvenience when people already have full plates. We have learned to be creative to cope with the fact that we have a very small team to carry out an enormous amount of work. With just 1 full-time employee in collections care, we rely on an hourly employee and student workers to carry out mission-critical functions of our work.
We also are fortunate to have support from colleagues outside of collections care who have been allowed to give a percentage of their time to help us. So collaboration with people from other departments is a big part of how we care for our collections collectively. Lately, we have collaborated with inventory management on their projects, including the first floor shelf reading project and last year's 4th floor pulling project. We assist with the 16mm film project testing the entire collection for vinegar syndrome and rehouse films that are sick or need new canisters. We also work collaboratively with staff from the Health Sciences Library and offer training to look after materials at HSL.
People in every department can help to maintain the integrity of the collection. Staff can learn early signs of damage, such as wear and tear, and potential mold. When working in the stacks, you can pay attention to identify leaks, spills, warm or humid climates, and any other potential risks.
Collections care is always a work in progress, but we plan to continue to move forward with more of a focus on collections care as an inclusive and communal effort with honest conversations about how and why we preserve what we do, to make sure that our decisions reflect the needs of the people in our communities.
We hope you enjoyed this general overview of just some of the work we do. Please feel free to stop by room 231 for a visit anytime. You can also send us an email if you have questions or would like to learn more. Take care, and thanks for watching.